All right, hello everyone. That timer was way too long. Welcome to this December version of our webinar. My name is Chris. I go by Rare Error Error on Reddit, and in our Discord, so you can find me there too. If you haven't joined one of these yet, this is I think our third one now, and in these webinars we kind of cover the latest that's going on with Devvit. But in this one, we have a very special version of the webinar where we are announcing our Devvit Award winners for the year and highlighting some of the great projects that were created this year. So before we get into that, I do want to do a little bit of background, some other light touch points for what's been going on with Devvit. Then we'll jump into the main exciting part, which is the awards, and then talk about what's to come in the next couple weeks. So since the last one of these webinars, we've had a bunch of changes. We've released 3 different versions of Devvit. There's a lot of content on this page. Really, the main thing that I think has changed since the last one of these webinars is we now have weekly releases. So there's going to be a bunch of smaller changes, just to improve platform stability. One of the big ones that came up, one of the big changes that came in version 12.5 was that we now have payment support in Devvit Web. So that brought us to feature parity with blocks. So that was a really big one. But overall, I think you'll continue to see weekly changes, weekly change logs, weekly updates. And with these releases, we will continue to make sure that Devvit is scaling with all of the games that you're building and apps that you're building that scale too. So with that, we've added, like I said, in-app purchasing to Devvit Web. And we've also extended the Reddit developer funds into 2026. So there are 2 ways to make money with Devvit Web. You should use them both. Our goal is to help you make money. We want you to earn money. We want you to be successful on our platform. So definitely look at the docs pages for integrating in-app purchases into your apps. And Reddit developer funds, this is the program that we have, which pays based on engagement for your apps. So definitely check out both of these. Get paid to build apps on Reddit. And with that, we also wanted to start a kind of a new section of these webinars. And this is just a little tips section. So we get a lot of feedback. We hear from the community, kind of some points of confusion or just points that I think we've learned a lot alongside you all this year. So we wanted to kind of find a way to sprinkle in a little bit of extra knowledge that we've learned and make sure that this is something that you can use to help grow your apps. So this week, we're going to focus on discovery. And really, there's a couple of different points to discovery. So discovery, really just how many people can play your app. How do people find your app? Are people engaging with your app? We want to get you paid based on engagement and not purchasing, all that sort of stuff. The main way to do that is obviously discovery. So there's a couple of different levers that you can kind of pull on your side. One of them is cross-posting to games on Reddit. If you're not familiar, this is a subreddit that we run, which basically helps collect all the games available on Reddit and promote those in a way for users to be able to play. It's really helpful for especially new games to show to kind of share their release and show, like, I guess the new idea for the game. So easy way to get new users, cross post to games on Reddit. I think you can do this weekly, bi-weekly, somewhere in there. It's in the rules for that subreddit, but that's a great way to do it. Another thing is the featuring guide. I mentioned this and plugged this last time. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you to our doc site, or you can go to the link there. But the featuring guide, this basically walks you through the steps to getting featured more on our platform. And this includes things like the games feed. This includes the Launchpad, which is kind of the discovery app that's posted at the top of games on Reddit. And then also the sidebar. So if you see those games that are pinned on the left on like the main homepage of Reddit, those are also go through the featuring guide to get to that point. There's several steps you need to complete to be able to get featuring. But these are kind of the easily visible, identifiable areas of featuring that you can continue to grow your audience on Reddit. So check out the guide. You can submit for featuring directly from the docs page. So go through that, and then we'll be in touch and kind of walk you through that process there. But with that said, really the thing that I think we've really seen is that most players actually discover your apps through the home feed. And so if you think of the home feed, people are just scrolling through Reddit. They're seeing posts of all different kinds of content, and then your game will come up in that feed as well. So this especially is the case if someone has played your game before, they will get, and they were engaged with it, they will get served that game more in their home feed. And then also we'll find similar players who might be interested in your game and help spread your game to them as well. So I think one of the big takeaways from this is that while it's really important to obviously design your subreddit in a way that someone can return to your subreddit and continue to be engaged with your game there, it's also really important to make sure that you have a really compelling first screen experience, so that launcher that can launch into your game. That way, if someone is just scrolling through their feed, it's like there's cat memes, there's all this stuff, and then all of a sudden your game pops up. They have a reason to really want to click on it and start to play your game. So you want to make sure you have a really compelling first screen. And then also with our new introduction of our changes to launch screens, which I think came out in 12.3, now you can really customize what that first screen looks like. And so you can create an experience for first-time users, and you can create one for returning users. So if you think about the content you want to present to a first-time user, you're going to want to get them in the game really quickly. You're going to want to make sure it's an easy level for them to play. You want to make sure that they have just an easy pathway to start to understand the game. Versus a returning user, maybe they want a more difficult level, a wackier level if your game has UGC elements to it. So really start to design that launch screen to make sure that it will launch someone into an experience that makes sense for them with how they're discovering your game. And then some important metrics that we use to further promote your game within the home feed is click-through rate. So basically that launch screen, how often is someone seeing your launch screen and clicking into it, launching into your game? Dwell time, this is all about how long are they spending in your game? Are they clicking into it, immediately clicking out, or are they really finding it engaging and spending some deeper time there as well? And then day-to-day retention. If I played it today, will I play it tomorrow? Just kind of those sort of metrics, like do they want to keep seeing this? Because if I keep wanting to play your game day after day, then it makes sense for that to be served to the home feed as well. So I think in 12.2 or somewhere around there, we released some more metrics available in the app dashboard, which helps you track your daily users for your game. We are also working on finding better ways to share out these important metrics as well. But just these are things to consider as you're designing your launch screen and just your overall game experience. So that was the Devvit tip for this webinar. So if you like that, we'll try and do this again each one of these webinars and focus on different areas of the platform that we can help highlight. But another thing we wanted to do, kind of related to this featuring and distribution idea, is try and find a way to highlight new games that are coming through app review. So app review, this happens when you submit via publish. It goes into app review. Admins will review your apps, approve them for broader distribution on Reddit. And so I wanted to start kind of collecting a few of these and highlighting these at each webinar, so that way we can get some eyes on some newer games that are being developed. Since this is the first time, there's just one game here right now, but we'll want to do this with a couple of different games in the future. But for this spotlight, we wanted to highlight this game called Rom Curl. You can play it at r/Rom Curl. It is by Infame. It's kind of one of those like tilt boards. You try and get the little metal ball through this maze. You have to collect the upvotes along the way. It's really, really challenging and also a lot of fun. And there's a good soundtrack to it too. So you can't see it in the GIF, or can't hear it in the GIF, but definitely play this game and enjoy the soundtrack because it's a lot of fun. So that is a new app highlight that I wanted to do. And as we gear towards the Devvit Awards, we're leading up to it. I'm kind of filibustering a little bit, but I think one of the things I wanted to do too is kind of just really look back on the year really briefly and think about, we've had a bunch of different hackathons that we've put on. I think we've had 4 total, and there's been different categories and different apps that we've been focused on for each one. So we just wanted to look back and kind of remind ourselves at the year of hackathons and all the projects that came across. So here were the winners for our first hackathon of the year. This was Hack Reddit. It was back in March. The Community Chicken Project was the winner. And this was an app where you had to either pet a chicken I think that allowed you to feed the chicken faster. And it was a community experience where the community tried to keep this chicken alive as long as possible. And it was really, I think, one of the earlier stages where we saw a community come together to engage with the Devvit experience. So I think this really helped shape a lot of our guidance and kind of improved our roadmap for Devvit throughout the year. So this was a really cool, exciting starting point of our year. And then Karma Crunch was another one that participated in that hackathon. I think they got second place. And this was kind of build an AI summary of your usage of Reddit. I think it summarized me as being posting a lot of desperate announcements about Devvit. So it was very, very fitting. But after that, we also participated in the Bolt hackathon, which was the world's largest hackathon. This was in June. This one we had Skyboard as the winner. It was a kind of cozy town builder that you could collect. You kind of like collect resources and keep building out your town, but really cozy, really cute, and really enjoyable as well. After that, we had Fun and Games, which was back in August to September. This one we had 2 categories for. There was Best UGC, so Best User Generated Content. That award went to One Line, which was a drawing game, or is a drawing game that you draw with one line. You can't release your mouse or release your touch if you start drawing. And you try and draw grapes in this case, and I did not do a very good job. And then the other one is Hexaword. This was for Best Daily Game. So this is a game where you connect syllable tiles to try and match the target shape of the day. And so you try and build out your words based on the available words for the day. So I have been very addicted to Hexaword ever since, and I play it every day, but it's been a lot of fun. And then the last hackathon we had this year was the Community Games Hackathon. This one was in partnership with Kiro. It was in October. We just announced the winners for it, I think, on the last one of these webinars. But if you forgot, the 2 winners, the winner for the Kiro Award was Block Rift, which is a voxel-based multiplayer sandbox game. And then for the Community Game Award went to Tower Race, which is kind of this tapping game where you can go left or right. You try and navigate towers as quickly as possible, and you set a high score and you challenge other people to fight you on those. So then you can kind of collect their health and keep improving your character. So yeah, these were all of our hackathon projects for the year. We are super, super grateful to everyone who participated. There was a bunch of honorable mentions, a bunch of other winners too. I just wanted to highlight some of the top winners of each one, but you can also see these on DevPost if you want to go back through and look at all the projects that were submitted. They're all available there. But yes, thank you to everyone who participated in these. We are super, super grateful and have loved to see how the games have progressed throughout the year. So with that, let's... All right, there was a nice hype video that was made by another team member at Reddit. That is the kickoff to the Devvit Awards. So we're super excited to have these awards. Like I mentioned, this is a huge, we have so much appreciation for everyone that participated and built apps with Devvit, built games with Devvit, and really helped guide our platform and make sure that this works well for you, works well for Reddit, and we can continue to deliver great experiences and a great experience for developers. So if that first hype video didn't get you excited, I made my own hype video before I knew that we were getting a professional one. So I'm gonna throw over to that one now. This is the Devvit Award show. This is where the Devvit Awards go. If you made something this year, we'd like to honor you here. So thanks for tuning in. Now let the show begin. All right. Now, I hope you're very, very hyped, because that is as good as I can do. But the exciting part about the Devvit Awards, we have real trophies available. They are these gold snooze. They look like this. We will ship them to you as this guy is shipping trophies here. And you can then hold them and do whatever you want with them. But you get to hold them, and we are super appreciative of you winning these awards. So these are real trophies at stakes here. So we are super excited to kick this thing off. And to kick this thing off with the first category, I'm going to pass it over to David to announce it.
Hi, everyone. I'm David, or ChatGPT took my job in Discord and on Reddit. Really excited to present this first award. Okay, so the first award is for Best Reddit Moment. This is the award for an app that was part of a Reddit moment this year. Um, uh, we love how Devvit apps can be part of bringing Reddit moments to life. There's a lot of different examples that we've seen throughout the years. But this year was a special one. I think there's a specific moment in our minds that has been taking over Reddit more recently. And so the winner of the Best Reddit Moment Award is, next slide, Pangea Native for Chive Cutter. So Chive Cutter was an app that capitalized on the viral chive cutting moment in our Kitchen Confidential. I think it's on day 66 today. But really what was really fun about this app is they took advantage of this moment. They created this fun, whimsical game and create an experiment that adds to the Reddit lore. It was pinned for a while on the Kitchen Confidential subreddit, and people really enjoyed playing it, kind of bringing a Reddit moment to life for people and making it more interactive. Really excited about this app. It was a really fun experience. I think this was one of the first apps that this developer built too. So really happy to see that happen. Awesome. Congrats, Chive Cutter and Pangea David. All right, next award, Best UGC Game. So this award is for an app that enabled unique user-generated content. Apps that really help create user-generated content have helped grow these subreddits and communities really quickly. But what we love about it is it really helps unlock Redditor creativity. And so we've seen a lot of apps that create user-generated content in general. I think the apps that do this really well help just deepen community engagement and create better experiences for Redditors. So without further ado, the winner is Johnny R with Honk. Honk is one of our more popular games on Devvit. And what Johnny R was able to do is he took a familiar format of a game and elevated it with a level builder where users were able to really show off their creativity. I think some of the levels were extremely difficult, and that was kind of part of the fun. Some of the levels are extremely easy, and they're kind of like auto levels, but people are able to add music, create events, add mini stories or movies in some of these levels. And so we love seeing the creations that users are able to build with Honk. And congrats to Johnny R for really unlocking that by creating like a really awesome level builder. Congrats, Johnny R. And I'll pass it over to Nick.
To everyone, I'm Nick, aka Togapri on Reddit's developer platform team, and today I'm stoked to be presenting 2 awards. The first award I'm presenting is the Best Subreddit Utility Award, which recognizes the most effective and essential developer platform app that streamlines moderator workflows. There were a ton of entries in this particular category from the community, and it was truly inspiring to see the nominations, which all deserve praise, but because this is an award show, there can only be one winner. So next slide, please. And the winner is the Spotlight app by Pasca Tulis. Pasca is a moderator of a ton of large subreddits and happens to be an awesome developer who has made several helpful apps for moderators and even presented at Mod World this year. Really going above and beyond being a developer and helping Reddit spread the gospel of developer platform. As for the Spotlight app, it gives the ability to moderators and trusted users to pin other Redditors' comments to the top of the posts while applying flair to it if needed. So again, a big congratulations to Pasca on winning this award. Well deserved, and we can't wait to see what else you make. Next slide, please. I also had the honor of presenting this year's Best Community Experience app. This is an award that recognizes the best app that fosters engagement and interaction in a Reddit community. And again, in this category, there were a ton of apps submitted, but there can only be one winner. And the winner of the Best Community Experience app is, next slide, please, High Tier. Congratulations, Mutual Disagreement, on winning this award. For folks that don't know, High Tier is an awesome app. It is a gamified social tier real-time voting app, and that is a mouthful right there. But the TLDR on this is that moderators kick things off by choosing a topic. picking the contenders and adding a timer for the post. And then the community can vote, debate, and decide together what deserves a coveted S tier status. And it's sort of like bracket battles, but powered by the Reddit community. And so it was just awesome to see this app take a life of its own, and really get a ton of traction across the Reddit platform, from video game to anime to music subreddits. So again, congratulations to Mutual Disagreement on this award. And also just separately, a big thank you to all of our developers building awesome apps and games for moderators, Redditors, and pretty much everyone in between. So that is it from me. I'll be passing it off to our next presenter, Edgar.
We're muted. We gotta unmute.
There we go. Can you guys hear me now? Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. My name is Edgar, and I lead the developer relations team here at Devvit. I have the privilege and the honor of working alongside, really amazing folks on the team, like Chris and everyone that you know so much, like Zenk and Blue, all the folks that you already know and love from the Devvit community. You may have seen me on Discord and r/Devvit as Saraxalot. And I'm here to present 2 awards. First, let's start with the best daily game, which recognizes the app that has an amazing experience waiting for players every day when they log into Reddit. There's something really delightful about like just logging in and having a new puzzle waiting for you every day that you can share with friends. So I wanted to recognize this in this category. So without further ado, drum roll, please. The winner for best daily game is Pocket Grids. So congratulations to Jeff Bridges. This is a really delightful experience. Daily puzzles waiting for you every day. You can get through them in a few minutes and then compare your scores with your friends. I definitely play it a lot. And I might be wrong. I hope somebody corrects me if I'm wrong, but it might have been like one of the fastest growing games on the platform. So congratulations again, Jeff Bridges. This is well-deserved Best Daily Game Award. For the next category, I wanted to present about the best community game, which recognizes a game developer that has created not just an amazing game, but also a great subreddit around the game with great contributions, great conversations, and has enabled, just a great community and overall feeling around the game. And as we know, Reddit is all about building communities and allowing these conversations to flow and authentic conversations. So we really wanted to recognize a game that has built an amazing cooperative community around that game. And again, without further ado, the winner for best community game is Redonkulous. So congratulations to Hammer Time Studio. This is very well deserved. We've seen the success of Redonkulous early on, and it has really helped us to shape a lot of the platform based on how successful that game got so quickly. So congratulations to both the winners. Congratulations to everyone who was nominated. And I also wanted to echo everyone here and just thank everyone for being part of the Devvit platform and making this such an amazing community. Thanks, everyone. So I will now pass over to someone that everyone knows and loves from our community. Please welcome Blue.
Hello. I'm Anna, and you all probably know me as Plu. I am on our developer relations team and often refer to myself as a community gremlin. But I feel very honored to present the next 2 awards, the first of which is the Helper of the Year Award. Again, kind of an impossible category to pick a winner for. And I just wanted to, take a step back and really say thank you to everybody who brings positive vibes to the community, who helps each other, who lifts each other up. I've seen a lot of users say that this community has been like really positive and inviting. So a lot of people are to thank for that. But yeah, we've had a lot of our Devvit ducks since the kind of inception of Devvit and have had them be really helpful and kind of guide the way and help shape the product. But every so often, some folks kind of join the community and just really dive in being helpful. And so the winner of this award has just really stood out this year. They get nominated multiple times over during our hackathons, provide like templates, code snippets. So yeah, without further ado, the Devvit Helper Award for this year goes to Beach Brews. Yay. Thank you so much, Beach Brews. It's really hard to quantify all of the contributions you've made to the community. But I think, privately and publicly, there's just no shortage of folks that are thankful to you and attribute their success on the platform to you. Awesome. Next award, please. The next award I'm presenting is Best Mod App. Again, just a really stacked category in terms of apps that provide great utility to our communities. Sorry. The best mod apps are often kind of unseen. They do work that moderators, have to spend a lot of repetitive time doing. And so once they're working really well, you don't always see them or notice them, but they often act like an assistant. So the best mod app this year is going to two of Pitchfork Assistant's longstanding mod apps who just do an incredible job consolidating core functionality that really help communities run efficiently, like Flood Assistant, which helps kind of modulate how much folks can contribute in communities and helps balance the community. And Flare Assistant, a lot of communities kind of live and die by how you manage Flare in that community. So these two apps are really, really powerful and impactful for that. And Pitchfork Assistant has been just an incredible mod developer across the board, and also a very helpful user. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and congratulations to the winners. You guys rule. I will be handing it over to Signed In Using Hotmail/Buzz for the Developer of the Year.
Awesome. Thanks, Blue. Everyone, so my name is Buzz. Some of you may know me as Buzz, and also some of you may know me as Signed In Using Hotmail. I'm part of Devvit's product team. And so I'm here to present the award for the Developer of the Year. Now, you're going to see a common thread throughout this. There are so many great developers as part of the Devvit crew, and so it's hard to pick just one. Having said that, we had to go pick one, and there's so many awesome developers part of this team. So without further ado, we'll go with the drum roll. And the winner is FSV. Okay, so FSV is the definition of a super dev, constantly pushing the boundaries of what our tools can do. But he isn't just a leader. He's also he isn't just a builder. He's also a community leader. So as a moderator for some of the largest UK subreddits, including our UK Personal Finance and our UK United Kingdom, and a speaker at modded events, FSV bridges the gap between technical creativity and community management. And he's also a tireless advocate for empowering mods with better tools. So big shout out to FSV for all of his help contributing to the community as Developer of the Year. All right, so the next category is Game of the Year. And so same as Developer of the Year, there's just so many great games that you all built. And so it's hard to pick just one, but we had to choose one. So without further ado, we'll go with another drum roll, and Game of the Year is Honk. Okay, by the Johnny R. So Honk is the Game of the Year because it mastered one of the hardest challenges in gaming, which is turning consumers into creators. The pivotal addition of in-app level building helped ignite a fire for Honk, driving the game from just a few thousand players over to a massive community of 500,000 subscribers each for both subreddits that the game is featured in. And the engagement here is pretty notable when you're looking at Honk. Users aren't just logging in for a quick round. They're investing hours building content and conquering user-made stages. So Honk has grown from a weekend project into a large driver of traffic, proving that on Reddit, the best games are the ones that we build together with the Devvit community. So big shout out and congrats to Johnny R. And then I'm going to pass it over to Chris for wrap up.
Thanks, Buzz. And thank you to everyone for watching these awards and for building with us this year. I think it's been such an incredible year. We had no idea that we would have this many great games and apps, and really what we're able to now offer to Redditors as games on our platform is really, really incredible. And the apps to make moderators' lives easier. Just really everything kind of has come together this year with all of your help. So we really appreciate everything that you have contributed to our community. If you were a winner this year, you can reach out to us either on Discord or via Reddit. You have all of our usernames, and we can get connected there, and we will get connected to be able to send you your real physical trophies. And if you were not a winner this year, But looking ahead to next year, we did get trophies for next year too. So we are doing this again next year. I think I can commit to this now. So if you want to get a real trophy next year, we just start thinking ahead. You have a year to grow and build a great app and great game on our platform. But just looking ahead for the rest of this year, we have a limited support hours coming up. This will be from December 23rd to January 3rd. So this will include app review and domain review. So if you have fetch requests or apps that need updating, make sure you submit those this week. We will get those approved and updated for you. Otherwise, they will have to wait until January. And then the other thing I wanted to announce is that much of the team that you saw here today will be at Pocket Gamer in London on January 19th and 20th. So if you will be at Pocket Gamer or you're in London and want to connect, reach out to us and we can get connected and meet up in person. But with that, we wanted to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for an amazing year, and we will see you in the new year. See you, everyone.